Greetings, my name is Neosekken, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Higurashi When I Cry Chapter 5. In the last episode, Shion decided to confront Rika over at Mion's school in an indirect way regarding the curse system, and, well, the encounter got very tense and physical, to say the least. Nowhere near as bad as, like, what she did to Satoko about a year ago, thank God, but it undoubtedly left quite an impression on Rika. And then, well, Shion just went about her merry way after that, after basically making her point as thoroughly as she felt was necessary. And then later on, while Shion was over at the Sonozaki house, Rika comes along and basically asks, "Hey, could I have some soy sauce? Me and Satoko need some for a dinner that we're preparing right now." So, Shion, quickly catching up to the fact that apparently Sonozaki house was giving away soy sauce, decide to let Rika in, and, well, shortly after this, Rika attacks Shion with a syringe and a pepper spray, clearly in an attempt to subdue her, but unfortunately the encounter ended up going very south for Rika very quickly, the instant that Shion managed to find an opening and get the upper hand. So, rather than be tortured to death, Rika decided, fuck you, I'm ending things on my own terms, and just basically slashed out and clawed out her own throat, right there on the spot, when she was no longer in a position to defend herself. Went out like a fucking champ, she did. And then, after that, well, Shion ended up getting another call after this encounter, and it was by Satoko, asking if Rika was over there, and, well, Shion decided, "Hey, you could come over here. I'm making dinner right now with Rika. You can all eat here." And even though we didn't see what happened afterwards, well, if you remember how things play out in Chapter 2, she obviously brought Satoko over there to kill her. Which we didn't get to see, which makes me wonder if we're going to end up actually seeing this scene later on in the chapter. I don't know how much later, though, but I feel like this is a pivotal scene that we missed out on, considering that Satoko was basically the one person that Shion hates the most, and Shion herself said as much in the last episode. Then after that, she continued playing the part, pretending to help look for the missing Rika and Satoko, and, well, is just generally being a manipulative bitch towards everybody around her. And, well, now here we are, and we're going to continue this bloody masquerade and rampage that we got going on. But it's only a matter of time until Keiichi gets that one visit from Ushi, who will help him put two and two together regarding Shion's earlier statements to him, regarding her movements and activities. And, well, we all know what happens after that. So let's just get the show on the road. Let's do this.
Yo! 皆さんまだ生きてる?
You know what? I think I'll just lower the text box opacity just a smidge more, because why the hell not? Kimiyoshi was hanging from the collar, with his head turned up to the ceiling. He didn't even move when I walked in. Maybe he's already dead. Very likely possibility. Satoko was lying on a cross-shaped restraining table. She glared at me with red and swollen eyes, which must have been that way from crying. Oh, we're seeing that scene now? I'd wanted to put her on that special restraining table to pound nails into her hands, but Satoko was too small for that. I walked up to Kimiyoshi and poked his body with my toe. There was no response.
Kimiyoshi no oji-chan, 死んだ? 人殺し. 人殺し.
Maybe Satoko had witnessed Kimiyoshi's last moments. I took a thick knife from the wall and stabbed Kimiyoshi with it. There was no response. definitely dead.
君吉のおじいちゃん、生きてるなら正直に生きてるって言ってくださいよ。死体のふりして逃げ出そうなんて通用しないから。
I walked over to the pulley that was suspending Kimiyoshi.
最終通告。生きてる？生きてるなら返事してね。
I paused just for a moment, then turned the pulley. Kimiyoshi's body swayed strangely in the air. It looked much more like a corpse like that.
どうしてこんなことをするんですの、シオンさん。
Oh, so you know that's Shion who abducted you, huh? Did she just straight up tell you who she is?
ん？ああ、なるほど。
The door to the huge cave was still open. I bet Satoko had talked to the one in the cell while I was gone. Ah, so Mion filled her in. That's how she knows my name. Although, that's actually not my name at all.
シオンじゃなくて、私が本当のミオン。あんたたちがミオンだと思ってた方がシオン。まあややこしいだろうから理解しなくて結構。よくもみんなを、リカを。
I'd allowed Satoko to watch me take care of Rika's body. Of course, I let her see Rika's neck, too.
フルでリカは自業自得。あいつは私を殺しに来たんだよ。
You don't know that for a fact.
返り討ちにしたのさ。そんなことあるわけありませんわ。リカがそんなことするわけない。信じないならそれでもいいよ。あんたにはどうでもいいことだし。私はどうするつもりなんですの？殺す。
Satoko's eyes went wide. She was expecting my answer, I'm sure, but she still looked shocked. I bet she didn't expect me to state it so openly. I heard the noise of something hitting iron bars echoing in the huge cave. Shion's voice echoed there as well. I answered her clearly.
今頃罪が分かったかい？あんたはそれをサトシ君の時にしなかった。だからサトシ君は虫けらのように殺されてしまったんだ。あんたはサトシ君を救える100億の瞬間を見捨てた、見殺した。そうさ、それがあんたの罪なのさ。
Before even finishing my sentence, I stabbed Satoko's right arm. Her blood started to flow out. This was nothing compared to what happened to Rika Farud. I twisted the knife into Satoko's arm. She bit down hard, crying. I never wanted so bad right now to just jump right through my monitor and start punching. Why couldn't you say that for Satoshi-kun? It's too late now! I was the one screaming like you back then. But no matter how loudly I screamed, it never reached them, spared him, or saved him! I want you to go through the same thing I did! I stabbed Satoko's arm repeatedly, but the knife kept hitting her bone. It didn't feel like I was cutting any of her flesh.
Yoshi, Shion. じゃあこうしよう。サトコの助け方を教えてあげよう。あんたはこれから1000回ごめんなさいって言うんだよ。言い終わったらサトコを解放する。 どう？私は嘘をつかないよ。あんたが1000数えたら絶対に約束を守る。
That is probably the most dishonest thing I've ever heard you say yet.
あんたがけじめをつけたってことをちゃんと理解してね。さあ、どうするの？
Let me guess. 1,000 apologies is the time limit that she has, and even then, not a guarantee that Satoko will still be alive by the time she's done. Is that how this is gonna play out?
ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。
Shion started to apologize like a broken record. She's so stupid and honest. And you're so stupid and psychotic! She's not even thinking of cheating. I bet Shion really will count 1,000. What else can she fucking do? She is trapped in a fucking cell in an underground cave with no help coming. No one probably even, with no one having any idea she's even here, or even less number of people even know about this place existing. She's helpless. I stabbed Satoko in the wrist. There, I felt something hard. I guess I either crushed her bone or scraped it. It must have been extremely painful for her. Satoko screamed. Shion's voice got louder as if trying to overpower that scream.
泣くのはあんたの1000倍特許だね。泣けばニーニーが来てくれる？
Well, he did before, and I'm pretty sure he would do that and a lot more if he could.
ニーニーがかけてきて私を跳ね飛ばしてあんたを助けてくれるのかな？
The knife was still in Satoko's wrist. I slid it toward her elbow.
サトコ、私の声が聞こえる？聞いてる？聞けよこら！
I slapped her face several times and made her look at me.
あんたは自分の罪が分かってる？
Exist?
あんたの存在がどれほどにサトシ君を追い詰めていたか知っている？ニーニー、ニーニー。そう、あんたはニーニーって泣けばよかった。泣きさえすればいつもサトシ君がかばってくれた。でもね、サトシ君の負担ってものを考えたことがある？
Oh, she has, believe me. What you seem to not understand is that she Don't even get me started.
サトシ君はね、あんたのヒーローでなければ不死身でもない。
Oh, really? You can't help us. That's rich. You saying that, considering how high of a fucking pedestal you put him on.
あんたと同じね。傷つけば血も流れ、痛めばうめく、全く同じ人間なの。あんたの代わりに矢面に立ってくれたサトシ君の痛みをあんたは理解していたの？してない。しようとさえしなかった。
Remember the ant, remember the ant, remember the ant.
あんたはサトシ君に甘えてた。サトシ君に寄生していた。
She was a small fucking child in an abusive household.
そうさ、サトシ君が傷ついて流すその血を舐めてお前は生きてきたのさ。そんな呪われた身でありながらこの後に及んでまだサトシ君の名を呼ぶのか。
God, I want to punch you so fucking badly right now.
あんたはその罪を今から償うのさ。私の手によってね、好きなだけ泣き叫べばいい。そしていくら泣いてもサトシ君が助けに来てくれないことを知るがいい。そう、お前が追い詰めた、お前がいなくした、お前がサトシ君を殺してしまったんだ。
Ha! 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 After telling her all I've been wanting to, I exhaled roughly.
どうしたよ。右腕はもう感覚がない？じゃあ左腕にするか。
I stabbed her left arm repeatedly, and her blood flowed out. But Satoko's reactions weren't fun anymore. She didn't cry or scream like she did before. That put me in a bad mood, so I stabbed the back of her left hand and twisted the knife again. So all that before was you in a good mood, huh? But Satoko still just moaned. She didn't scream anymore.
どうしたの？叫ぶと私を喜ばすと思って、せめて悲鳴を絞って抵抗ってわけ。
I think that's a pretty reasonable assumption.
そりゃいいや。
Satoko was unfazed by my mad laughter. She looked at me with gritted teeth and resignation.
ええ、私もそう思ってましたのよ。
は？
私がニーニーを追い詰めたからいなくなってしまった。ニーニーがいなくなったその日にもう気づいてましたのよ。私が甘えていた。ニーニーのすねをかじり続けてしまった。ニーニーも辛かったはずなのに、私はニーニーにすがることをやめられなかった。その点につきましては、あなたの言う通りですわ。弁解の余地なんてありませんでしたよ。
Satoko didn't sound as if she was mocking me or trying to please me. She spoke so naturally.
ちょっと意外だね。あんたが自分の罪に自覚があったとはね。
Well, of course you didn't. You can't see past your own fucking nose!
ニーニーはきっと帰ってきてくれる。いつかきっと帰ってくるんですの。でもね、帰ってきたら私もう一人前になっているところを見せるんですのよ。私もうニーニーに甘えない。背中に隠れたりしない。しっかりした一人前になったことを教えてあげるんですの。
帰ってきたらいいね。帰ってきたら。
I stabbed Satoko's arm in a mad frenzy. But she still didn't even scream. She bit down tightly and swallowed her pain instead.
ニーニーはきっと帰ってきてくれますの。絶対に帰ってきてくれますの。それまで待ってるんですのよ。そしてニーニーに今まで甘えてきて本当にごめんなさいって謝るんですの。それまで負けるものか。
You're making me depressed, Satoko.
もう私は絶対にニーニーに甘えたりしないの。どんな苦難にもニーニーの助けを呼ばない。泣かない。叫ばない。泣いたらニーニーが来てしまう。だから私は一人で耐えてみせるんですのよ。
上等抜かすな、小娘が。
私をいじめて楽しいならいくらでもお楽しみ遊ばせ。でもね、それで私がニーニーに助けを求めたりするのを期待しているんでしたらお気の毒ですわね。私は泣かないんだから、絶対に。疑うなら好きなだけ試してみろ。ニーニーは見ててくれる。私が本当に我慢強くなって一人前になったことを見ててくれる。私が泣き虫じゃなくなったことを見ていてくれる。それをニーニーが見届けてくれたとき、きっとニーニーは帰ってきてくれるんですのよ。
You are one tough little lady, Satoko.
さあ、いくらでも試してみろ。私は泣かない。涙も見せない。北条聡子がどれほどの強さを持つか、試してみろ。
Shit, shit, shit! I'll show her! Take that, and that, and that!
見てますわよね。見て、聡子はこんなにも我慢強くなったんですのよ。もう何が起こってもへこたれませんの。こんなことを、この程度で、こんなくらいで、私は泣かない。助けを呼ばない。耐えられる。耐えてみせる。ニーニーが私に代わって傷ついてくれた痛みには、こんなのはるかに及ばないんだから。
Shit, shit, shit! Why doesn't she feel the pain? Doesn't it hurt? There's no way it doesn't! I've been stabbing her so much, and the knife went in so deep. She has this thing called willpower. You know, that thing that you can develop through... Just... Serious, okay. I would think you'd be happy, honestly, Shion. Considering that she both acknowledges the burden that she has been on Satoshi, and that she has strived every day of her life up until this point to become independent, so she wouldn't have to have Satoshi back her in any way anymore. That's exactly why you hated her, wasn't it? I would think you'd be happy. But no. Apparently you're not. Apparently that's just not enough. Her blood has poured to the ground, and I've been turning her flesh inside out. How can she still talk that way? Why doesn't she cry and scream? After Satoko said what she wanted to say, she shut her mouth. She didn't say a word after that. No matter how much I stabbed her, twisted the knife, tore at her, and ripped out her flesh, she didn't even make a sound. What in the world is this? This isn't the Satoko I know. Satoko was never as strong as this. Love can fill you with a shit ton of strength. If Satoko was this strong, she wouldn't have been a burden to Satoshi-kun. Have you been fucking listening to her? Why wasn't she as strong before? It's too late. Everything's too late. This idiot's maturity came far too late. Her blood made my hands slippery, and I dropped the knife. I was covered in blood from head to toe. Satoko was still enduring the pain. She was enduring this cruelty so she could display her strength. I couldn't defeat Satoko. Well, how about that? You lost to Satoshi's absolute burden of a kid sister. How does that make you feel, Shion? Does it make your blood boil? I hope it fucking does. I couldn't crush her strength. Satoko had achieved her goal. She had become independent, so she didn't need Satoshi-kun anymore. She still believes Satoshi-kun will come back one day. She looks forward to a day when she can show her brother how strong she had become. But Satoshi-kun hasn't seen any of that. Instead, I, who never even thought that Satoshi-kun would come back, was the one who witnessed her strength. Another key difference between you and her, she clearly hasn't lost hope in Satoshi coming back. While you, on the other hand, not only lost hope, you used that as an excuse to just hurt a whole bunch of people who didn't deserve this. And you kept calling Satoko the weak one. What was I thinking? I thought Satoshi-kun was dead. No, I assumed he was. Why did I? I never even thought of waiting for him. I didn't believe he would come back. I didn't wait. I tried to avenge him, but I guess what I really did was forget about him. Oops! Satoko is different. She never even thought he was dead. No, maybe she did a little. But even so, she waited. She waited for a day when she could show him how much she'd grown. She waited patiently. What about me? I didn't do anything. I wanted to forget about my sadness, so I tried to find my enemy. I became a demon, using revenge as an excuse, so I didn't have to think like a human. You're finally getting it now, huh? What this whole damn revenge plot of yours has really been about. I lost. I couldn't endure the pain of waiting for Satoshi-kun, so I chose to become a demon. In other words, I got rid of my soul. The soul that loves Satoshi-kun. And the same... Yeah... Okay, okay, never mind. I thought I had another biting remark to give you, but it would have came out wrong. In other words, I got rid of Satoshi-kun himself. Satoko won. While she had been gritting her teeth before, her mouth had gone slack. Her eyelids were half shut, but I could see her eyes a little. They looked like she was dreaming about something happy. Satoshi-kun was there in her eyes. Satoko endured until Satoshi-kun came for her. Satoko ran up to Satoshi-kun. She jumped onto him. Satoshi-kun hugged her, and they spun around. You can cry now. Satoshi-kun told Satoko that, and she cried very hard. Satoshi-kun rubbed her head so gently. We'll be together forever, he said, and continued to rub her head so gently. So gently. Satoshi-kun, I was waiting for you too. What meaningless words. He was already dead inside of me. I never believed in art reunion. How pitiful of me to say that, just because I saw Satoko and Satoshi-kun together again. As Satoshi-kun hugged Satoko, his eyes met mine. Shion, Satoshi-kun said, I asked you a favor. What favor? Look out for my sister in case something happens to me, maybe? You know, that one big favor that he asked of you. Right before he... Yeah, that favor. That big favor! I tried to remember. What kind of favor did Satoshi-kun ask me? Satoshi-kun looked at me so sadly because I couldn't remember. That sad look tore my heart to shreds. The blood flowing out from me wasn't as pretty as Satoko's blood. My blood was a slimy liquid, like vomit with filthy chunks of food in it. That was what filled my body.
ナタリだろうと、この村の何者かの陰謀だろうと、僕は絶対に消えない。消されない。
消えないよ、サトシ君は。
消えないよ、サトコに。あのぬいぐるみを買ってやるまではね。もうすぐお給料がもらえることになってる。その日までは絶対に消えない。
Huh? Memory of the past. But when? Of course. This is a memory of the day before last year's Watanagashi. Satoshi called me on the phone then.
あ、おばさんが帰ってきたからもう切るよ。
あ、うん。
ミオン。
何？
His aunt was home, so I'm sure he wanted to hang up as quickly as possible. Satoshi-kun paused and spoke.
サトコのこと頼むからね。
I bet you feel like a real fucking asshole right now, don't you? My knees and elbows started to shake. My teeth chattered, my fingers were shivering. Satoshi-kun asked me to. What have I done? Basically gave Satoshi the biggest middle finger that humanity could have ever given him. And you were humanity's spokesperson. Knife included. I couldn't wait for Satoshi-kun to come back, so I filled myself with evil thoughts and acted as I pleased. I didn't believe he'd ever return. I even forgot about Satoshi-kun's last request. How can I say I love him? I just wanted to forget about my feelings of loss, so I made it myself all bloody. How can I welcome him back now? I didn't believe Satoshi-kun would come back. I didn't believe Satoshi-kun was alive. I didn't think he was alive, so I thought he was dead. I believed in his death. I killed him and myself. Nobody else did. I did that. So, now that you finally admitted that, can I expect you to point the knife towards your own throat now? Since this whole revenge rampage of yours has all been about targeting the people who killed Satoshi? By your own logic, you are a part of that list too. But Satoko believed until the very end. And she was rewarded in her final moments. Satoko wasn't here anymore. She had no more need for her bloody, painful shell. But I'm still here, trapped in my bloody, tainted flesh. I'm going to rot inside of it. Satoshi-kun was waiting for both Satoko and me. But to be reunited with Satoshi-kun, we had to keep our promises. Satoko's promise was to be strong. Satoko kept that promise until the bitter end. And Satoshi-kun embraced her. My promise was to take care of Satoko for Satoshi-kun. I never kept the promise from the beginning. Therefore, Satoshi-kun will never embrace me. You don't fucking deserve it. Even if I were to rub Satoko's wounds and ask her if they hurt, that wouldn't mean anything. That was when I felt something behind me. It wasn't Satoshi-kun, or the thing that scared me before. I didn't know who it was, but it was right there, criticizing me for my mistakes. Then, I finally realized it. That thing is me. I had always been there, standing behind myself and watching me break that promise. Satoshi-kun asked me to take care of Satoko, yet I didn't keep that promise. I've been watching that happen. I cried and gave up on myself. Wait. Satoshi-kun gave up on me, and I gave up upon myself. What will happen to me now? I don't want to be in this darkness. I don't want to be all bloody. Please don't leave me. If I give up on myself, what will happen to my body? There will be nothing left. The only thing I'll have left in me is an evil demon. I get it. I've known it for a long time now. I am nothing but a demon. A demon doesn't feel sad. A demon's heart can never be in pain. A demon doesn't cry. Shion was still apologizing. She believed that was the only way for her to save Satoko. Her voice was growing hoarse and weak.
Shion! もう数えなくていいよ。ご苦労さん。
I guess she realized what happened to Satoko. Shion cried in her cell.
鬼ってのも悪くないね。人が泣いたり叫んだりするのを見るのがこんなにも楽しいものだなんて知らなかったよ。私も人の世ってやつを十分に楽しませてもらったからね。そのうち自らの命を絶って鬼の国へ帰らせてもらうよ。
That's a good idea, and I hope that when you do land your sorry ass in hell, you will spend the rest of eternity sinking and swimming in a never-ending pool of dog piss!
でも安心しな。その前にちゃんとあんたは殺していく。あんたを殺すために今があるんだもの。私はそのためにいる。人を嘆かせて泣き声をすするのが私の鬼の優越だもんね。そうだ。あんたはケイちゃんが好きだったね。よし。あんたの前でケイちゃんを引き裂いてあげるよ。これは極めつけだね。その後にあんたを殺し、私も殺そう。
So this is... So... I guess your logic is... I've come too far now, so why not just have fun being a sadistic, murderous, torture maniac asshole? Congratulations, Shion! Whatever shred of sympathy I've had left for you up till this point has now officially been thrown out the fucking window. I'm gonna feel nothing but relief once you die.
そうさ。鬼ヶ淵村は鬼の村。かつて鬼ヶ淵より湧き出した鬼が村を襲った伝承のある村。私もまた伝承の鬼たちのように猛威を振るい、そしてお社様の裁きを待とう。それでこそひなみ沢村にふさわしい災禍と言えるだろうね。 ちゃんですか？私です。
I'm glad that whole sequence is over because I legitimately got angry at a couple points. Then sad. Then angry again. Although I'm pretty sure I'm going to still be feeling a good deal of anger until this whole freaking roller coaster is done and over with.
シオンです。電話なかなか出なかったんで、お留守かと思って切ろうとしてたんですよ。
ごめん。ちょっとお風呂に入っててさ。
それでもご家族の方が電話を取りませんか？ひょっとしてケイちゃんの家、今ご両親はお留守なんですか？
いや別に留守ってわけじゃ。そんなことより聞いたか、リカちゃんとサトコの件。
いえ、結局あの後どうなったんですか？見つかったんですか？
見つからなかった。
ケイちゃん、どうか気を落とさないで。
リカちゃんとサトコはさらわれたんだよな。
はい、それは間違いないでしょうね。
リカちゃんとサトコはいや、ごめん。村長さんはさらわれてどうなったと思う？
And here he begins poking holes in your shoddy little testimonies.
まだ生きてるんだろうか？
Keiichi sounded confused. He wanted to believe Satoko and Rika were still alive, which is why he was asking. Keiichi was just like Satoko. Unless the culprit was after money, the abductee would usually get killed right away. I'd never assume they'd still be alive. And that has led to a shit ton of heartbreak and tragedy for us all. Because you just always assume the worst, don't you? Because you're just a cynical little bitch. But Keiichi was trying to hold on to a little hope. I could feel his strength. It was much greater than mine. I'm a demon, so I didn't come up with an excuse.
殺されちゃったんだと思います。
おい、そんなにあっさり。
人間をさらってその状態を維持するのってとても大変なことだと思います。人質にするんでもない限り、用が済んだら殺しちゃうのが一番合理的じゃないかと。
殺しちゃうって、そんなにあっさり。人の命を何だと思ってやがるんだ。
恐ろしいことだとは思いますが、多分そうではないかと。
村長が殺されたということは、リカちゃんやサトコも同じように殺されたかもしれないということなのか？いや、そんなはずは。どっかのじじいとはわけが違うぞ。リカちゃんだぞ、サトコだぞ。そんなにあっさりと殺すはずは。
Oh, yes, they could, Keiichi. Keiichi was still refusing to believe what I said. He fought so hard because he didn't want to kill his friends within him. I wasn't like that. I killed Satoshi-kun within me so easily. I blamed Shion for not protecting Satoshi-kun, but I killed him so easily.
リカちゃんとサトコちゃんも同じだと思った方がいいでしょうね。
Keiichi roared and cried. It was like their deaths were physically agonizing him.
どうしてだよ。どうして人をさらったり殺したりするんだよ。たたりだかなんだか知らないが、人の命ってのはそんなに安いのかよ。あっさり消したり殺したり。
ええ、 全くです。悪魔ですよね。
I laughed at myself. I was sure Keiichi didn't notice.
なあ、シオン。教えてくれ。どうしてこのひなみ沢では綿流しの夜に人が死ななければならないことになってしまったんだ。
それは私が知りたいです。
もうダム計画との戦いは終わったんだぞ。なのにどうしてまだたたり足りないんだ。どうしてだよ。どうして。理由があるなら言ってみろよ。
ケイちゃんの気持ち、私もよくわかります。ダム闘争はとっくの昔に終わったんです。なのに毎年お社様のたたりという名の殺人と失踪が繰り返されている。なぜ？どうしてなんですか？全然関係ない人もいた。たたられるのに不相応な人だっていたのに、どうして？どうして？
それを俺が聞いてるんだ。
それを私だって知りたいんですよ。
Of course. The curse of Orishiro-sama never existed. It was just a bizarre environment that allowed people to kill in the name of Orishiro-sama. The environment, and nothing more. Nothing would have happened unless there were demons who danced within it.
いいですか？お社様のたたりなんて非現実的なものは初めから存在しません。ケイちゃんの言う通り、村の何者かがお社様のたたりというもっともらしい大義名分を利用して綿流しのたびに殺しと失踪を繰り返しているんです。奴らは狡猾でした。たたりを都合よく利用して村の旧敵を毎年2人ずつ消し去るシステムを構築していったんです。そしてこのシステムで今年は高野さんたちが殺された。
じゃあ2人で十分じゃないかよ。どうして村長やリカちゃんやサトコまで殺されなくちゃならないんだよ。それに俺は過去のことは今さらどうでもいいんだ。リカちゃんとサトコがなぜ殺されなくちゃならなかったのか、その一点にしか興味はないんだ。どうしてなんだ。サトコには打ち明けですらないんだぞ。どうしてサトコまで。どうしてなんだ。
Satoshi-kun was speaking through Keiichi's mouth. How could I respond? I didn't know what to say. Then I'll say it for you. Because I wanted to. There, was that so hard? I could only feel myself being stabbed by the sharpness of those words.
ケイちゃん、もういじめないでください。私だって何が何だかわからないんです。西宮殿に忍び込んだあの晩から全てが変わってしまった。あの晩、高野さんたちが死んだと聞き、耳を疑いました。そしてすぐに気づいたんです。今度は自分が狙われる立場になったんだって。忍び込んだのは私たち4人。私とケイちゃんだけが都合よく許してもらえるわけがない。そう思った時、それがどれだけ心細くて恐ろしいことだったか、ケイちゃんにはわかりますよね。だから私、君吉のおじいちゃんに打ち明けたんです。君吉のおじいちゃん。そしてにっこり笑って、シオンちゃんがちゃんと反省してるなら鬼隠しになんかなるものかって、本当に笑いながら任せなさいって。
I remembered Uncle Kimiyoshi speaking ill of Satoshi-kun. I killed him, but everyone in Hinamizawa did that. I wasn't the only one at fault. You are the only one at fault, you self-centered little bitch.
いつ村長に打ち明けたんだよ。ごめんな、シオン。悲しい気持ちのところに 追い打ちをかけるようで。
Here we go.
打ち明けたんだよな。君吉のおじいちゃん、つまり村長に。
はい。
いつ打ち明けたんだよ。
Keishi's tone was becoming sharper. That edge was cruel, but it was a sharp conviction. It wasn't a dull edge that caused excessive pain. It had a clean, pleasant sharpness to it.
村長さんは重い血を患ってて病院にかかっていたという話は知ってるか？
ケイちゃん、それが何か。
答えてくれ。知らないなら知らないと答えればいい。
痔だったのは知ってます。座る時とか辛そうでしたから。
病院に通ってたんだ。どこの病院かは知ってるよな？
ごめんなさい。それはちょっと知りませんけど。でもケイちゃん、それが一体何の？
単刀直入に聞きたいんだ。シオンはいつ村長に打ち明けたんだ？どこで？いつ？大雑把でいいから教えてほしいんだ。
ケイちゃん、なんでそんなことを。
Very good, my Bara Keiichi. You know who I am, don't you?
ありえないんだよ。村長が失踪した日、朝から消えるまでシオンには接触できる機会はありえないんだ。
そんな。
村長は朝一で誰にも内緒の大学病院へ一人で診察に出かけた。シオンは今この病院を知らないと言った。だから帰ってくるまで村長と接触することはできないはずだ。そうだろう？帰りの電車が事故で遅れたので自宅に帰ってきたのは会合の始まる直前だった。つまり会合が始まるまでの時間にも打ち明ける時間的余裕はないんだ。シオンも一緒に会合に出たのか？そして会合の席上で打ち明けたのか？ここで打ち明けなきゃもう時間がないもんな。会合が終わった後、村長は帰宅途中で失踪するんだから。
実は会合にで。
あの日シオンが行くと言ったバイトすら君は欠勤してるんだ。もっと端的に言おう。君は俺と一緒に行った図書館以降誰にも目撃されていない。
ケイちゃん、
園崎シオンは綿流しの翌日に失踪したんだ。
Bingo, Kei-chan. I'm impressed.
大石さんは君がすでに失踪していると言っているんだ。でもシオンはこうして毎晩俺に電話をかけてきてくれただろう。頼むシオン、俺が言ったことが間違ってるならそうだと言ってくれ。シオン、頼むから。
Cornering me even further. Cornering me so the demon inside can't come up with excuses, so that I can't escape.
シオン、お前は村長に会ってなんかないんだ。もし会ったとしたなら。
The only time I could possibly have seen him on that day was...
村 村長が会合を終えた後、すなわち失踪する直前、もしくは失踪してからしかありえないんだ。
Click. I screeched and screeched with laughter, then slammed down the phone. Very good, Kei-chan. That's right. It's me. I'm the one. Hurry and corner me. Hurry. Let me be free. Was he going to tell the police, or was he going to come here by himself? I wondered which it would be. If the police came, I'd struggle as much as I was able. I'd see how good Ushi would be at catching a demon. If Kei-chan came here alone, that wouldn't be smart of him. He couldn't complain about being eaten by a demon then. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill him gruesomely while Shion watches. Therefore, Kei-chan, you shouldn't hold back. I only ever thought you were just a funny guy. I never thought I could expect so much from you. Really, I could have sworn at least at a few points he reminded you quite a bit of Satoshi in a number of ways, besides being funny. But I guess that's not really important now, is it? It took them a long time to come for me. I had to wait until the following morning. I opened the gate without checking who was ringing the doorbell. I didn't even care who it was. If it was the police, that'd be fine with me. If it was Kei-chan, could he defeat me? Keiichi and Rena were there.
こんな時間に珍しいね。二人とも学校は？
学校は休んだよ。
ケイちゃんはともかく、レナも？二人とも不良なんだからな。
I laughed.
立ち話もなんでしょ？入りなよ。
I didn't think Rena would come. I thought it'd be either the police or Kei-chan alone. I'll try tricking Kei-chan into coming with me to the underground storehouse. Rena, why don't you try to figure out what I'm attempting to do and stop me? You too, Kei-chan. If you figured out I was Shion, why don't you try to figure out the rest? I will act like a demon. I will struggle until the very last moment. So don't hold back. Please don't hesitate to kill a filthy demon like me.
Mion, まず謝ることがある。
ケイちゃんが？何を？
綿流しの晩、俺は神社の祭具殿に入ったんだ。
I didn't expect us to start with an apology. Okay, so he admitted his sin of entering the ritual storehouse. I guess that was manly of him. I don't even care if the storehouse is forbidden anymore. Whatever. That rule came from those who believed it was even a sacred place at all.
ミオン、おとといリカちゃんとサトコを呼んだろ。
覚えはないけど、そう思うに足る根拠があるなら聞かせてもらえる？
夕方過ぎのお夕食前の時間、リカちゃんが来たはずだよ。お醤油の大瓶を持ってお裾分けしてもらいに。
Rena spoke with confidence. She wasn't even trying to gauge my reaction. She was simply telling me the truth. Her cleverness was very pleasant to see.
どうしてそう思う？
そんなに難しい話じゃない。みーちゃんも見たでしょ、リカちゃんの部屋。冷ややっこがあるのにお醤油がなかった。そして流しの下にあるはずの醤油の大瓶も瓶ごとなかった。
何それ？それが私のとこへ来る理由になるわけ？
Rena sure is sharp. I tried to beat around the bush, but she was confident in her conclusions. She was cornering me. She was doing such a great job, too. It really put me at ease. Okay, demon. Rena knows what she's talking about. What kind of excuse are you going to come up with now?
長くなるから説明は省くけど、冷蔵庫の中身がみーちゃんの呼び出した話の内容まで如実に物語っちゃってるの。
There it is. This game is over. Rena, I was right about you. I don't like you. You really are just too sharp. Shion is so obtuse that she never even recognized this side of you.
これは
If only you knew. or to be more accurate, cared to know.
とんだ名探偵が身近にいたもんだよ。まさか冷蔵庫の中身だけで電話の内容まで見破るとは。参ったな。参った参った。
I laughed like crazy. I laughed because I was having so much fun. I sensed the poison inside my stomach dissipating and felt free and refreshed.
ミオン、警察はもうとっくにお前を疑ってるんだ。この家も大石さんの部下が踏み込もうと今も様子を伺ってる。
Kei-chan was threatening me. He was telling me I couldn't run or resist, so I should just surrender and accept my fate. You aren't doing that intensely enough, Kei-chan. Should you grab my collar and knock me to the ground? Today is the day I'm prepared to die. After that, they went easy. Because they just wanted to know the reason why Mion committed such crimes. You're all being too lenient about this. I'm a demon. I'm a murderer. Are you saying that if you can understand the reasoning, murder is okay? A demon is a demon. A murderer is a murderer. Whether their motive is to have fun, to live, or to take revenge, that makes no difference. Why do you even want to know that? Why don't you just tackle me and take me to the police? Look, there. The demon is trying to deceive you.
初めてご挨拶申し上げます。園崎本家当主跡継ぎミオンでございます。本日はようこそ園崎本家においでくださいました。当主お寮に代わりまして皆様にご挨拶申し上げます。皆様におかれましてはいろいろお尋ねになりたいことがおありの様子。私にお話しできることでしたら包み隠さずお話ししたいと存じます。
I then told them about the strange events that led to Onikafuchi Village becoming Hinamizawa, which Takano-sen had told me about before. About half of it was the truth, but the other half was completely made up. I just made it sound like it was only natural that their best friend committed such a gruesome crime. Keiichi and Rena were both overwhelmed by the history of Onikafuchi Village, which was swallowed by its gloomy fate. I wish I could say I was surprised that this motive speech that she gave them really was just a bunch of malarkey right from the get-go. But, well, at the same time, a part of me can't help but feel very pleased that I was right. So, yeah, I saw right through your bullshit, bitch! Oh well. I guess I made it sound interesting enough. I'm sure they enjoyed hearing me tell the story. But you know, I'm the one who committed the incidents that happened in the present time. What was the point in listening to those old folk tales? Are you thinking it'll make your best friend's crime easier to swallow? You're just trying to satisfy yourselves. I'm a demon. I'm a murderer. I have sinned. These old folk tales have nothing to do with the crimes I've committed. The way those two listened to me so intensely almost made it fun. I told them that people used to make canned human meat and conducted gruesome research during the war. Those were things Takano-san told me. Hey, you two. Haven't you realized yet? Haven't you realized that what I'm talking about has nothing to do with what we're dealing with right now? You both look so serious. You two are such fools.
ひなみざわ村を再び鬼ヶ淵村のように崇められるに足る神聖な存在に。それが我ら鬼ヶ淵村の末裔の悲願であり、園崎本家の鬼を継ぐ者の宿命なのです。
鬼を継ぐ者？
我が園崎本家は代々当主の名に鬼の一字を加える習慣があるのです。私の名前を手のひらにでも書いていただければ一目瞭然かと。
Keiichi tried to write Mion on his palm.
あ、本当だ。鬼という文字が含まれてる。
名前だけではありませんよ。
Not only in my name either. Oh.
この体にも鬼が刻まれているのです。
I stood up and made to show my bare back. Of course, I don't actually have a tattoo there.
いいよ、みーちゃん。見せる必要なんて全然ない。
ありがとう。
I laughed a little. They must really believe that I'm their best friend, Mion. My goodness. The demon has won already. They were doing so well at the beginning, too. I eventually sat back down after I finished telling my made-up tearjerker stories. It's your loss if you all shed any tears now. I looked at Keiichi. He wasn't crying, but he was overcome by emotion. I looked at Rena. Surprisingly, she still maintained an aggressive look, showing me her will to fight.
でも、みーちゃんはリカちゃんとサトコちゃんを殺したんだよね。
You're good, Rena. You know what I just told you isn't an excuse for murder. You usually act like such a goofball, but that's not how you really are. Or she is half the time, or she is most of the time, but she just has enough sense to know when it's time to be serious. I'm like that too. I have a business side of me, and then I have the fun-loving side of me. You sure are something. You're far sharper than Shion.
他の人のことは殺してもいいとも言わないよ。でも、とにかくみーちゃんは、リカちゃんとサトコちゃんを殺した。
弁解はしないよ。私には鬼が宿ってる。名前にも体にも心にも。でも手を下したのは鬼じゃない。園崎ミオン。私本人。ミオンが望んだからリカちゃんとサトコが死んだ。それは変わらない。レナの言う通りだよ。
Come on, Rena. Try to figure out who I really am. You still believe Shion, my victim, is the real culprit. Poor Shion. I'm making Rena believe that you're responsible. That was it for Rena, though. She couldn't figure out I was Mion.
自首しよう。
Rena spoke to Mion.
私たちも一緒に行くよ。親友を一人きりになんか絶対にしない。
泣くことレナには勝てないわ。
Too bad, Rena. I've won.
自分で自分の罪どのくらいになるかよくわかってる。たとえ自首が認められても多分もうここに帰ってくることもないと思う。だから最後にわがままを聞いてほしいな。
何かな。
30分でいいからケイちゃんと二人きりにしてほしい。
Keiichi looked startled to suddenly hear his name. You're so insensitive, Keiichi. He's a hell of a lot more sensitive than you ever were in your whole lifetime. That's what made my sister cry.
ケイチ君。
Like you fucking care.
どうかな。ケイチ君が嫌なら無理にとは言えない。
そうだね。嫌ならそれでもいいよ。私は鬼だもの。ケイちゃんはよそから引っ越してきた正真正銘の人間。相入れることなんてお社様が実在して仲介してくれない限り絶対にない。
Keiichi hesitated a little. Come on, Kei-chan. Condemn me. Condemn me. And tell me you'd never go.
ああ、いいぜ。
ありがとう。
Fool!
私からもありがとうを言うよ。ケイチ君。
Rena stood up. As promised, she made her leave.
あ、いいよレナ。
Made to leave.
ここで待っててくれれば。ケイちゃんとは庭をぐるりと回りたいだけだから。退屈だったら私の部屋へ行けばいい。漫画とか好きに読んでていいよ。あ、なんだったらお気に入りの単行本丸ごと持ってってもいい。
嫌だよ。みーちゃんの本はみーちゃんのものだもの。勝手にレナの家に持って帰れない。
あんたはこんな時に限っていい子なんだから。
I took Rena's head and rubbed it, like Satoshi-kun used to do to me.
じゃあ行こうケイちゃん。
The game was over. Too bad, Rena. At least this was more fun than if Kei-chan came alone. If he did, he could have asked me to run away with him after hearing my stories. Rena's eyes were like those of a judge. In those eyes, I sensed both affection and observance. I said 30 minutes, so she would probably only wait for 30 minutes. If I took even a second longer, she'd call Ushi. I'm a little disappointed. Rena still thinks I'm Mion. She didn't manage to see through me. I thought someone like her would see the demon in me. I guess I was wrong. Not that I care. If you'd feel good if somebody actually saw through you, but well, I saw a few hints back in chapter 2 that indicated who you really were. Too bad. Keiichi followed me after putting his shoes on.
腕組んでもいいかな。
Such a humble request.
別に構わないぞ。
I took Keiichi's arm. It was as warm as Satoshi-kun's. I felt a little bewildered.
私に腕を組まれたらなんだか緊張しちゃわない？例えば急に関節技を決められちゃうんじゃないかななんて思ったりとか。
If only you did do that.
姉妹揃って同じことを言うんだな。思わないよ。全然。
He was remembering the time when I held his arm in town.
シオンもケイちゃんのことが好きだったみたい。
そうなんだ。
I told him how my sister felt. Shion was with Satoshi-kun for a long time, but what they had was friendship. They never had anything more than that. That was why she fell in love with Keiichi. If I were in her position, I would also have fallen in love with him. If Shion was able to fall in love with him, then I could fall in love with him too. Keiichi smiled gently. I almost saw Satoshi-kun in that smile. The Keiichi I knew was worthless and superficial. I never realized he could smile like Satoshi-kun. Shame you never really actually got to sit down and get to know the guy. Then you'd realize he isn't as superficial as you make him out to be. Because that's all you can really see in people at the end of the day, isn't it? Outward appearances. It's an absolute nightmare for you to see anyone beyond that. See their inner qualities. Because you are superficial. A superficial person only sees superficial things.
ミオンとシオンは仲は良かったんだろ？
さあどうかな。ケイちゃんは自分の右手と左手は仲がいいと思う？
え？右手と左手？それは仲がいいとか悪いとかそういう言い方で例えるものじゃないな。
そういう関係だから。
You know, I don't think I've actually taken the time to see what your different sprite versions look like yet. Have I, Keiichi? What was the shortcut for that? P? Okay, so this must be the manga gamer sprite. And here is Potato Keiichi. He actually looks pretty dignified compared to everyone else I've seen.
仲がいいとか悪いとかそういう尺度では測れない関係。
We've been together since we were born. We've been living in this world as a pair. But I was Mion and she was Shion. Mion was treated specially, and I insisted on being her. Of course, that was unpleasant for Shion. Deciding to be fair, we switched places all the time. We were probably different from other identical twins. We didn't only like the same things, or do things the same way. We even managed to share our knowledge and experiences. When we talked about our experiences, we could share them. As Mion and Shion, we shared everything. That was why each of us was both Mion and Shion at the same time. No, Maybe Shion was the only one who thought that way. I was a little different than that. A little? I was simply letting Shion be Mion once in a while. I was Mion, the successor to the Sonozaki family. I was supposed to be treated specially. I always thought that was my privilege. Just like everyone tried to distinguish between Mion and Shion, I also tried to distinguish between us.
例えば利き腕というものがあるように、右手と左手には間違いなく優劣の違いがある。もしも鍋つかみが片方しかなかったら、迷うことなく利き腕にするでしょ。そういう差はあったんじゃないかと思う。だからといって左手がなくなったっていいなんて思う人は誰もいないはず。そんなよくわからない関係だね。
それは近くにいすぎるから見えなくなっているだけで、きっととても仲のいいことなんだと思う。俺は一人っ子だから、祭りの前日ミオンとシオンが二人してじゃれ合っているのをすごく羨ましいと思った。
ないものねだりじゃないの。双子なんて昔は人をからかったりしてそこそこに面白かったけど、こうして互いがはっきりと異なる個性を持った今ではかえって邪魔なだけ。
As an older sister, I felt I was mean for thinking that way. So as punishment, I became Shion. Who am I? I never had a solid identity in the first place. I was Mion. Then I was Shion. I could have just accepted that. But something has changed. I don't even know if I'm Mion or Shion anymore. Had I really been stupid enough to hope that Rena would figure that out for me?
シオンはまだ生きてる。
本当か？
Keiichi looked into my eyes. I nodded quietly.
うん。誰よりもむごたらしい死に方をさせてやろうとずっと考えて閉じ込めておいたけど、今日までその方法はとうとう思いつかなかった。
This was a lie. I've already come up with ideas. And I've already begun to execute them. I dumped the hag into the well in front of Shion. I dumped Kimiyoshi and Rika in there. I even killed Satoko too. And right now, I'm plotting to kill Keiichi, who Shion fell in love with. You would be kicking, screaming, and crying your eyes out if you were in Mion's position right now. Just pointing that out. I am a demon. Any such gruesome act is simply pleasure to me. That's when I felt a warm hand rubbing my head. It wasn't Satoshi's hand, but Keiichi's. Keiichi and Satoshi-kun are totally different. Why did Shion fall in love with him? His rough hand didn't make me happy. That he understood my feelings was just my imagination. I wasn't happy. It didn't feel good. It didn't.
来て。
You keep telling yourself that.
私の罪のすべてを見てほしいから。でもそれはケイちゃんにとってこの上なく辛い光景かもしれない。
Oh yeah, it was. Until Chapter 3 happened. Then I saw something much, much worse. I'm going to commit my final crime. I'm going to let you see it. I'm going to let Shion see it. When I do, are you still going to think I'm your best friend? Poor Shion. Kei-chan is going to die thinking it's you who's killing him.
引き返すなら今だよ。ケイちゃんの中の園崎ミオンがどんな人かは知らないけれど、中に入れば そのミオンはきっと。
変わらない。何度だって言う。園崎ミオンは俺の最高の親友だ。
You are such a fool. You don't sound cool at all. I don't understand human feelings because I'm now a demon. You had trouble understanding them even before then. But I think I can understand why she loves you. I opened the iron door to the underground storehouse and beckoned Keiichi inside. Come on, Keiichi. This is obviously a trap, don't you see? This basement is transparently suspicious. Don't you think you should run to the police? But Keiichi was reckless. I hate to agree with you, but you were right. You are right. He swallowed, then stepped inside. You really are a fool. A fool with a lot more heart than you'll ever have. We went down the stairs to the basement, and I let him into the torture room. Everyone is shocked their first time visiting this room. I used to be that way. Of course, Keiichi looked surprised too, but he was trying not to show it. Obviously, he wanted to express shock at seeing this horrifying room. But he also knew that if he voiced that shock, that he would be rejecting his best friend, who was trying to confess her sins to him. So he did everything he could to stifle his surprise.
大昔の当主の書き物によるとね、血のしぶきってのは犠牲者に負担をかけない割にはインパクトがあるんだってさ。綿流しは見せしめの章だったから、私のご先祖様たちは様々な章を考案してたんだよ。ほら、そこが鑑賞席なんだよ。綿流しは見せしめの章だから、客がいなきゃ意味がない。
Keiichi smiled quietly as he listened to me. No matter what cruelty came out of my mouth, he would embrace me. Was this really the superficial Keiichi Maebara I knew?
みんなここで、私が殺した。見てくれている観客はいなかったけど、私は綿流しを上手にやってみせた。いや、観客は一人だけいたかな。
え？観客？
私という鬼がミオンの執り行う綿流しをずっと見てたから。
I started to laugh. How many hints do you need, Keiichi? When are you going to figure out I'm not really your best friend? Come on, hurry up. You're running out of time. The game is almost over. This was a game. This was a game of murder. I had killed people, using my revenge for Satoshi-kun as an excuse. The demon was trying to capture Keiichi and kill him before Mion's eyes. But Keiichi had a chance. If he figured out I wasn't his best friend, then he'd win. If not, he was out. When did I come up with that rule? I guess it was sometime today. Or did I come up with it just a minute ago? Since the two of them aren't too bright, I decided to be easy on them, I guess. You are Mion's best friends, right? Don't you believe in her? Have you already made Mion into a murderer within yourselves? Why don't you try to protect the Mion within you? Why don't you try to believe your friend can't be a murderer? If you could believe until the very end, like Satoko did, you would have realized I wasn't Mion, your best friend, with just someone who looks like her. You really have no room to be telling anybody to believe in anybody else in any way, shape, or form. You fucking hypocrite. But if you can't, if you still believe that I'm Mion, then you're just like me. I killed the Satoshi-kun within me so easily, and you will do the same. You don't deserve to live.
向こうが牢屋。
シオンはそこにいるのか？
You're not going to make it. Once we reach Shion's cell, your time is up. The demon will win.
シオン！シオンか！
ケイちゃんなの？
Keiichi ran to the cell.
大丈夫か、シオン！怪我はしていないのか？
Poor Mion. Shion screamed. I was standing right behind Keiichi. It was time. My preparations to kill the boy she loved were complete. For her, this was going to be the worst possible torture.
落ち着け、シオン。もう全部終わった、全部。
Keiichi tried to quell Shion's distress by talking to her in a calm voice. It was such a funny sight. Keiichi was the only one who had no idea what was going on.
シオン、ご機嫌はいかがだった？もう誰の死を見るのも嫌。私が憎いなら早く私を殺してよ。憎いのは私なんでしょ。早く殺して
落ち着けってシオン。もう終わったんだよ。大丈夫なんだ。だから落ち着け。
安心しなよ。あんたは殺さない。まだまだ殺さないんだから。
It's game over. I gave you enough chances. You cornered me quite well. Once. Try twice. But that was it. You couldn't figure out that I'm not your best friend, Mion. You couldn't believe that Mion isn't a murderer.
So 死にたければこの男を殺した後にゆっくりとひき肉にしてやるよ。古式にのっとり獅子の先端から少しずつガリゴリと削ってミンチにしてやる。あの肉引き器はあんたのために取っておいてあるんだからね。それともそれでケイちゃんをミンチにしてみせた方があんたには面白いかな。
おい、いい加減にしろ。今さら怖がらせてどうするんだよ。ダメ！ケイちゃん、逃げて！
Here you are, demon. Go ahead and take my soul. I've been living my life to avenge Satoshi-kun. But that wasn't what he wanted from me. That was just for my own satisfaction. I couldn't even face Satoshi-kun. So, I'll bring this to an end in the way I want. The world became a total mess. Satoshi-kun hates me, and I hate myself too. I'm going to complete my revenge. Revenge for what exactly, at this point? I don't want anyone to sympathize with me. I have no trouble doing that. I don't want to pretend to be some tragic heroine either. I'm going to become a murderer that nobody could sympathize with. So please, grant a suitable final moment to me. A bluish-white flash filled the huge cave. Keiichi fell down like a doll. I did remember correctly. It was a stun gun that knocked him down. That was my one hint that I had well in advance before everything else that would have proved it. Her identity, I mean. Shion reached out to him from the other side of the bars. She screamed at me not to kill Keiichi. Go ahead. Cry and blame me. Don't even think of offering your forgiveness. I am the most rotten existence in this world. So please, grant me the worst possible ending. Shion begged me desperately to let Keiichi go. I simply abused her, slandered her, and disgraced her. The more Shion suffered, the deeper I'd fall into hell. It wasn't enough. It wasn't even close to deep enough. It wasn't deep enough to compensate for my sins. I dragged Keiichi to the table that I tried to put Satoko on, and restrained him there. Keiichi began to move sluggishly. The stun gun must not have worked too well on him.
聞こえるかい、シオン。これから始めるよ。ケイちゃんの若い悲鳴をたっぷりと楽しみな。
At that time, I became aware of Keiichi's gaze. And then, I turned around to face Keiichi. Oh, hello, this is an actual choice. I guess this is just another instance of that gimmick in Chapter 4 where it doesn't matter which choice I make. I just make it and then boom, it just more or less advances to the same scene.
いい加減にしろ。
Keiichi's growl resounded from the pits of his stomach. What a delightful sound. It was like he wanted to rip me apart.
ようやくお目覚め。私、さっき嘘をついたね。シオンを一番むごたらしく殺してやろうと思って閉じ込めておいたけど、まだ思いつかないって言ったやつ。あれが嘘。
I smiled menacingly as I laid out the huge nails and hammers specially made for the nail table. あの子に自分のせいで死ぬ大勢の人の悲鳴をたっぷりと聞かせて、体の芯まで染み通らせてから殺すの。なかなかセンスいいでしょ。 Don't get me started.
お前は誰だ？
は？ミオンでしょ？園崎ミオン。恐怖で頭が変になっちゃった？
違うな。お前が園崎ミオンであるはずがない。
My hand stopped dead in its tracks. Kei-chan. Shit. I decided it'd be too late once we reached Shion's cell. So the name-guessing game is already over. Oh well, whatever. Bring it on. I'll listen to you. This is your last chance.
へえ。じゃあ、私がミオンじゃなかったら、
You're really...
私は誰なわけ?
You know, for someone who's quite eager to land herself in the deepest pit of hell, becoming the most unsympathetic murderer of all, I do find it mildly interesting that you are basically looking for excuses to essentially give this guy a chance to save himself. If it wasn't for literally everything else that's transpired up until this point, and every ounce of contemptible behavior that you displayed all throughout, I would think that maybe, just maybe, at this point there might be some shred of humanity left in you. But honestly, I have no idea if it even really is that at this point. And even if it is, it doesn't fucking matter to me. You deserve hell. Come on, Kei-chan. Guess who I am. Try and save Mion, the girl who fell in love with you. And then, I heard it. I most definitely heard it. Keiichi's mouth trembled as he spoke the words, yet his eyes shone with a strong conviction. And he spoke the truth.
Shion, だな。
Wait a minute. I don't remember this happening. Him naming her as Shion back in Chapter 2. What the hell? Wow. You're right. You actually won. You're amazing, Kei-chan. A strange feeling fills my chest as I shiver. I had convinced myself there was no way he could guess. But he did. I couldn't help feeling a bit surprised. This Keiichi had yet again pierced through my disguise.
お前はミオンじゃない。さっきまで一緒だったミオンを返せ。
Who are you?
え?
You aren't Mion, right?
え? だから私、ミオン。
No, that's not it. That's not what I meant. You aren't Mion.
どうして私がお姉じゃないって思うんですか?
I don't know. Just a feeling. In my mind, memories of the time Keiichi recognized me at a toy store had been revived. Yes. Even back then, Keiichi could tell that I wasn't my sister Shion. If only you knew. Just how long he believed that you were actually Mion, until he had to see you two literally in the same room. He was just... He's not as amazing as you think. Yeah, I guess he noticed at least a few things that are off, but he kind of rationalized them as, maybe she's just acting funny. I had feigned composure and offered a comeback of a straight face, while on the inside I was shook. We were both capable of becoming Mion or Shion, but because I was the real Mion, and was only Shion legally on paper, reversing the roles was even more easier for me. Our tones of speech, quirks, and even our auras. We had both mastered each other's habits so perfectly. Even our own parents were unable to tell us apart. In fact, wasn't that exceptionally sharp Rena not able to figure out I wasn't her best friend Mion after all, despite being so close? So why? Has this Keiichi actually seen through my disguise twice?
どうして私がお姉じゃないって思うんですか?
My ears perked up, eager to hear the answer. Keiichi's reply was a soft murmur, like an insect's whisper, as he gasped for breath in pain. Maybe this did happen, and I just don't remember, and for some reason I just don't remember him actually naming her as Shion at this specific point. His voice was so quiet, it was nearly inaudible, but I could almost recognize the words on his lips. Because I'm remembering that he ranted and raved about how the person torturing him at that point couldn't be Mion because that's how a demon would act. Because how she was acting right then and there, it was what a demon would act like. not Mion, his best friend. Yes, just a feeling, he says.
へえ。
Yet again, it was just a feeling. Didn't he say the exact same thing to me that time at the toy store? How nice, how nice. What a splendid answer. You'd think why my sister of all people fell in love with him fell in love with him? However, no. Rather, it was exactly because of this. Along with my raving madness, the blood that was simmering in my veins until just now rapidly began to turn chill and coagulate. If I were to describe it, it felt like stagnant muddy water flowing through a gutter. Even now, it was all so hilarious I could fall over laughing, but I didn't smile. On the contrary, my face was vacant and austere, like a Noah mask of frigid ice. And then the darkness seeped into the innermost depths of my mind, and I was already parting with my self-restraint as a human being. Never mind, I guess you're not going to spare him after all, even though he managed to, just at the very last second, take that chance to save himself. Although, if I'm being honest, I really wasn't expecting anything else from you. I reached out and touched Keiichi's hair, mad with sweat and caked with blood. Keiichi whips his head away at once in disgust, as if he were staving off a housefly, and glares at me defiantly.
触るなこの鬼め返せミオンを返せよ俺の最高の友人だったミオンを返せ
Having lost liberty over his whole body, he continued to howl and cry as if he were spewing blood. I was supposed to have sold my soul to the devil and become a demon, but faced with such a bitter rejection, I felt the crumbled remnants of my emotions stir within me. Munch, crunch, munch, crunch, munch, crunch. My throat begins to itch. The crooks of my elbows, my wrists, and every other joint in my body begins to tingle and prickle, and I feel irrationally restless. The more restlessness and irritation piled up, the more this squalling, whimpering person beside me felt bothersome, revolting. So awful I could slaughter him right away. To be frank, until just now, I had no intention of killing Keiichi. I really should make... part of me is really tempted just to get a montage of you just basically stating and thinking to yourself exactly how you're going to kill Keiichi and why several times over. Just to contradict you. I was truly ready to spare at least his life if he guessed the right answer. That was the rule I had decided upon. Okay, I'll admit it. Just like Shion, I had also fallen in love with Keiichi. So I did kind of guess, so it really was... So there really was a special reason that you tried to spare him after all. Okay, fine. That doesn't really negate any of my other criticisms of you in any way. He was incredibly silly and good-natured, unbelievably warm-hearted and gentle. Talking to him made me feel contented. Besides, I even sympathized with him. Unlike the lot I dealt with so far, Keiichi was indeed just a victim. They were all fucking victims! caught up in my selfish revenge drama. Doubt my revenge against the Sonozaki family was almost complete. I didn't mind saving him. That may sound too convenient, but perhaps the human side of me that was fond of Keiichi wanted to save him, in order to seek his forgiveness for my actions. But I've changed my mind. Having witnessed Keiichi guess the right answer before my very eyes, my heart was suffused with a stinging, gaping, overpowering darkness, as if it were freezing over. Why? Why was Shion able to meet such a wonderful person? Satoshi-kun could only make a vague distinction between me and Shion. Satoshi-kun abandoned me and ran away. However, this Keiichi trusts Shion. He is defending Shion, whom he values as his best friend, by seeing through my lies. And as a result, he gave up on me. Detestable, maddening, despicable, enviable, so much so that I wanted to kill them. That's right. The moment he defended Shion, he became one of them. He's equally guilty. You low-life scum! I despise you, 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 you fucking piece of shit! Munch, crunch, munch, crunch, munch, crunch. Ah, what a nuisance. Shion's screams coming from the corner of the chamber were enjoyable before, but now they felt unbearably noisy and pissed me off. How about I just get rid of Shion first? I wanted to kill her after she had the most exquisite taste of anguish and terror, but now I could barely suppress the indiscriminate urge to slaughter welling up within me. Keiichi was relentlessly yelling his protest towards me. His throat closed up eventually, and he gasped for breath, hoarsely continuing to demand Mion's return.
ケイちゃん、メイドの土産なんて気の利いたものじゃないけれど、どうしても知りたがっているようだから、一つだけ教えてあげるよ。私の中に鬼が宿ったのはずいぶん前。その鬼は私を蝕み、強行に駆り立てようとした。
And it succeeded.
だけれど、私はそれを理性で押さえつけた。鬼はそれで収まり、私はその鬼はどこかへ行ってしまったんだと思い込んでいた。でも、本当は違った。私の中から出て行ったんじゃなく、私の中で眠っていただけだったの。
Yes. When I learned about Satoshi-kun's disappearance, my ailing heart had crammed itself with rage to compensate for the despair. But that was the limit of my insanity. I would never have snapped. Time had healed me. I don't believe you. And my memories of Satoshi-kun were neatly wrapped up and pushed into the back of my mind.
その鬼は、ある小さなことをきっかけに、また目覚めてしまった。それは、何に原因があったと思う？
It really was the smallest of the smallest things.
鬼の私が教えるのも変だけれど、あんたが全ておかしくしてしまった元凶。
A tear rolled down my cheek. That's right. Back then, if you haven't given that doll to Mion, none of this would have happened. You keep telling yourself that.
ケイちゃんには理解できないだろうね。理解できなくて当然。だけどね、そこからドミノ倒しみたいに、パタパタパタと、いろんなものが倒れ始めて、収拾がつかなくなってしまった。
And you could have stopped those remaining dominoes from falling, but you chose not to. You just decide to ride on top of them, moving right on to the next one. Just letting the gravity take you wherever it will take you.
はじめの小さな一つを倒したあなたに自覚がないのは当然だろうけど、あなたが元凶なの。
Back then, if Keiichi hadn't shown any affection, Shion wouldn't have been overjoyed. She wouldn't have been overjoyed and cheerfully boasted about him to me. As I was listening to her, I was reminded of Satoshi-kun. I became jealous of her for having someone she loved so close to her. It was a very small jealousy, but had woken the demon who was sleeping deep inside of me. After that, I just let the demon take over. The demon fed upon the copious amounts of sadness I held for Satoshi-kun, and in return it committed heinous acts that Satoshi-kun himself would never be happy with, all in the name of avenging him. And now, the horrific events that followed me were inviting me to the realm of demons that had no return.
そんな嘘だろ。
自覚がないのは当然。でも紛れもなく元凶なのはケイちゃん。
Back then, if you hadn't chosen to give the doll to Mion, we could have arrived at a different future. No, that wasn't right. Wait a minute. If you hadn't given the doll to Mion? Is this another difference that I'm just now noticing? I thought in Chapter 2 he didn't give the doll. But here he does? What? Wouldn't pinpointing Keiichi's small action as the beginning be the height of transferring blame? Yes! I was implying such a silly thing had awoken the demon inside of me. Even without Keiichi's act, it would have awoken anyway. At the end of the day, it was all my fault. I'm glad you could at least acknowledge that much. Good for you! I didn't fight the demon. I allowed it to reside in my soul, and I readily offered it my heart. Keiichi didn't hide his tears. They were pouring down his cheeks. Maybe he was crying in my place, as I was not free to do so, having chosen to become a tearless demon. That is why I must go on, as the demon. There is no room for human emotions or hesitation anymore. And then, munch, crunch, munch, crunch, munch, crunch. Snap! Shion's wails rasping like silk, tearing apart, along with my screams of ecstasy. The last thing I heard were those everlasting reverberations. What? The last thing you heard? What? What just happened? June 1983. A case of serial disappearances occurred in Hinamizawa Village, Shishibone City, XX Prefecture. The suspect is Shion Sonozaki, 1X years old. Allegedly, she abducted 5 Hinamizawa residents. Wait a minute. Yeah, suspect is Shion, okay. Allegedly, she abducted 5 Hinamizawa residents. Uryu Sonozaki? Shion Sonozaki. How could she abduct herself? Kiichiro Kimiyoshi, Rika Furude, and Satoko Hojo imprisoned them from June 19th through the 21st. Preliminary investigation into the incident was delayed at the time due to insufficient evidence, but by chance, the case was solved rather abruptly. On the morning of the 22nd, a patrol car stationed outside the Sonozaki mansion heard screams from within, and personnel infiltrated the premises as an emergency measure. The suspect's missing elder sister, Mion Sonozaki, and 2 of her classmates, Keiichi Meibar and Rena Ryugu, were taken into custody. However, Keiichi Meibar, who had previously been lured into the crime scene, has sustained stab wounds perpetrated by a suspect. He was immediately transferred to an emergency unit, but they were diagnosed as a minor injury. Having been the one with the utmost opportunity to engage in conversation with the suspect until the very end, he'll be subject to interrogation once he has recovered from the shock. Furthermore, the apprehended suspect was found collapsed at a place approximately 2 meters away from where Keiichi Meibar was restrained, and sustained scratch wounds on her throat. What? She was also transferred to an emergency facility, but was pronounced dead at 13:48 and 22nd. What the fuck? This is like scratch wounds on her neck. That's like Tomotaki's death. The official autopsy determines that the immediate cause of death was hemorrhagic shock due to excess of blood loss. Hair, pieces of skin, and blood of the 4 missing people, Uryu Sonozaki, Kiichiro Kimiyoshi, Rika Furude, and Satoko Hojo, were recovered from the hidden chamber that was discovered in the outbuilding basement of the Sonozaki family property, where they were supposedly killed. It was concluded that the victims were assaulted in that hidden chamber. The victims' bodies were discovered at the bottom of an old well, as per the testimony of the victim, Mion Sonozaki. In addition, investigations continue into any possible connection to the series of mysterious deaths in recent years, but no evidence of Shion Sonozaki's direct or indirect involvement has been found. There are still many obscurities to the motive behind the incident, and due to extreme non-cooperation from the Sonozaki family and residents of Hinamizawa, a large amount of time will be required to clarify matters on this front. The local police who are familiar with the region offer that this may have been an internal lynching incident, as punishment for sacrilegious acts carried out against Hinamizawa's religious beliefs. It has been established that the incident is unique and rooted in the regional community beliefs, and a cautious investigation has been ordered by the prefectural police. We expected to gain valuable hints from the missing person and the suspect's sister, Mion Sonozaki, who was under confinement for the longest time period. But it was observed that she had sustained severe mental trauma from the incident, and her inquiry has been postponed in favor of her psychological and physical recovery. According to her primary care physician, although her condition is fairly serious, there is a strong prospect of recovery, and she is at present undergoing rehabilitation with support from her close friends. Several weeks had passed since then. After that, I was rescued by Ushi-san and his team, whom Rena had summoned. I had no other after effects aside from my consciousness that had been wiped white. If I were to have any at all, it would have to be the deep scars that had been left inside my heart. As I was being examined at the hospital, I was subjected to various queries from Uji-san. I tried to answer him with whatever little I knew, but I had no idea if I met his expectations, and neither did I bear any responsibility to do so. From what I had heard, Shion had already lost too much blood by the time the police had arrived. By the time that the police arrived. Might want to fix the sentence here, guys. And she had stopped breathing. They urgently called for an ambulance and took her to the clinic, but there was barely any time for first aid, and she took her last breath. The silver lining was that Mion had been captive in her cell, was safe, and taken into custody by the police. Up until the moment I lost consciousness, I was afraid that Shion may fly into a rage and murder Mion. But I was just glad that we had managed to avoid the worst case scenario. Only, when Mion was rescued, she was emaciated and had sustained severe psychological trauma. Apparently at the time of her rescue, she had been completely unable to respond to the police's questions. Right now, Mion is admitted at a large hospital in the vicinity and undergoing treatment for her psychological and physical injuries. In the beginning, when Rena and I went to visit, her eyes were downcast in desolation, and she looked completely worn out. It was a horrible state to be in. But despite it all, as of late, she is on her way to recovery, finally well enough to show us a few smiles. Of course, we had been careful not to bring up Satoko or Rika-chan, and especially Shion. The police later conducted an on-site investigation at the Sonozaki house's underground storehouse, several days after the incident took place. Particularly, the well inside which Satoko and Rika-chan's bodies were disposed of by Shion was carefully surveyed by the prefectural forensics investigators. And true to Shion's testimony, the girls were discovered. Apparently, sediment had accumulated at the bottom of the well, and hence the discovery had taken several days. Along with Satoko and the other victims, skeletal remains that were several years, even several decades old, were found, but it's not like I would know much about that. Even I was once summoned back to that place to assist with the crime scene investigation, but I didn't really help them find anything important. The Sonozaki family in Okinomiya, in other words, Mion and Shion's parents, came home every day several times along with many of their followers to formally apologize. And no matter how much my parents refused, they kept piling up banknotes worth millions of yen as compensation. And once that money had piled up and reached a certain amount, on the same day, there came an envelope with a letter instead. I have no idea what was written in that letter. But my parents had discussed amongst themselves for 2 nights straight without consulting me. And we decided we would move away from Hinamizawa.
そっか。引っ越しちゃうんだね。いつ？
来月の終わり。ひなみ沢には結局半年も居つかなかったことになるな。
So we really are back as Keiichi now, huh? I wonder if this epilogue is going to play out any differently, besides the obvious differences that we're already seeing right now.
寂しくなるね。きっとみーちゃんも悲しむよ。
悪い。ミオンにも正直話すべきか迷ってる。
Once Rena had heard me say that. She strongly insisted. I had to tell her, no matter what.
確かに、今みーちゃんにそれを告げるのは酷なのかもしれない。でも、ケイチくんが黙っていなくなっちゃう方が、きっとみーちゃんは辛いと思う。
She's right, you know.
だから、一緒に話しに行こう。ね。
ああ、そうだな。
You doing okay, Mion?
そっか。ケイちゃん、ひなみ沢からいなくなっちゃうんだ。
You know she had heard it from me. Mion whispered those words sadly, but she didn't seem that surprised. Surely, she had mentally prepared herself for this outcome somewhere inside her heart.
すまん。
I just want to take a moment to say, I'm glad that you're alive. Unlike in chapter 2, apparently, where you ended up kicking the bucket. But this just makes me confused. If chapter 5 is meant to be the answer arc to chapter 2's question arc, why are there differences in how these events played out here? Is this just another time loop? That's probably it. Maybe this is another time loop. But it's just one that happens to play out very similarly to chapter 2. That would explain it.
けど俺、いつかひなみ沢に戻ってくるつもりだ。約束する。
いいよ、無理しなくても。ここに来ても、きっとケイちゃんにいいことなんて何もないんだから。
みーちゃん。
Both Ray and I wanted to say it wasn't so. Me 3. But after such a tragic incident, what verbal consolation could we offer that would help? To Mion, who had suffered a much greater pain than we ever had. And so we just stood there, unable to say anything, just wallowing in silence.
私も東京に行こうかな。
え？
来週退院できるらしいんだけど、ここにいてもいいことあんまりないし、東京でなくてもどこか遠く、私のこともひなみ沢のことも知らない土地に行きたい。
You're just gonna forgo the whole succession of the Sonozaki family and all that, huh? Not that I blame you. Just, yeah.
やり直せるなんて都合のいいことは考えてないけど、全部投げ出し。
ミオン。
Mion had been forced to carry the name of the next head of the Sonozaki family and the representative of the three great families, all due to a small misunderstanding. Despite feeling uncertain and weary about her unplanned responsibility, she had nevertheless been earnest and given her all to fulfill her duties. But to think all that had been concluded in such a manner, it was such a tremendous loss that it's almost a surprise she hasn't completely lost her mind. Who can really blame Mion anymore for making such a faint-hearted remark? And so I wanted to devote even a little bit of my remaining time here for her.
そうだな、ミオン。一緒にどこか行くか。
え？どこへ？
決まってるだろ。旅行だよ。俺がここにいられる期間はもうあまりないけど、だったらせめて少しでもいい思い出を取り返しておかないとな。東京はちょっと遠いけど、大きな町とかに足を伸ばしてうまい飯とか買い物とかさ。どうだ？
どうって言われても。
それとってもいいと思うな。行っておいでよ、みーちゃん。ね。
けどレナ一緒に来てくれないの？
After hearing that, even I grow puzzled. Hadn't I suggested all three of us hang out together?
だって、レナは馬になんて蹴られたくないもん。
She's setting you two up.
だから、二人っきりでどうぞ。あ、お土産買ってきてくれると嬉しいな。
Oh, I needed this. After everything that's happened in the last few episodes. This unbridled feeling of heartwarming. Boom! Mion blushes vigorously. I was slow to react because I didn't understand what Rena was getting at. It's okay, you'll get it eventually. But seeing Mion's face imbued with color after a long time, my heartbeat grew faster for a moment. No. It wasn't what I implied when I suggested the idea, but depending on the point of view, wouldn't this be an invitation to a date? Maybe?
いかん。ちょっと調子に乗りすぎたかも。
Indeed, after seeing it that way, I was overcome with embarrassment. But there was no way I could back out after coming this far. Make it the most memorable date that she's ever experienced. And promise to give her tons more when you're both older and could come back. Or meet up wherever the hell you're going to meet up. Because, you know, Hinamizawa is probably not going to be an option anymore. For obvious reasons. Especially obvious reasons if a certain tragedy follows suit shortly after. I'm not joking. That's a very tragic thing. Gah, this is all for Mion's sake. Pull yourself together, Keiichi Maebara.
どうだミオン。あ、もちろん医者と親御さんにはちゃんと了解を取るつもりだぜ。あんまり無理はさせないつもりだから考えておいてくれよ。
わかった。考えておくね。
はう、みーちゃんが久々に可愛いよ。嬉しいな、嬉しいな。はうはうはう。
She sounds like a puppy. After that, we spent the day talking about harmless stuff that happened at school, or in the neighborhood until it was evening. I felt like Mion had regained some of her spirit and acted a bit like she used to, so I was happy. After a few days, Mion had contacted me to say she was okay with my plan. After spending a few more days to convince my folks and Mion's parents, we set off on a day's trip to a metropolis that had one of those bullet train stations.
しばらく見ないうちにここってすごく大きくなったんだね。
As soon as she stepped out of the station, Mion set eyes on its scenery, sprawling with people and cars. She shared her feelings and excitement as she looked on admiringly. From what I heard, unless it's on very important business, Mion rarely gets to leave the village, let alone come out to a big city like this. Because of that, everything she saw looked fresh and fascinating to her, and she pranced around merrily, almost like a child.
ねえねえ、ケイちゃん、これからどこに行くの？
そうだな。ミオンの好みから考えて、あそこはどうだ？
The place I was pointing to, one I had checked out in advance, was a massive, beautifully decorated game arcade that towered over a corner of the station shopping square.
くぅ、なかなか盛大に遊び回ったな。
白かった。あんなにゲームで遊んだの本当に久しぶりだよ。
As I sat down on the bench, Mion was gleefully draining her can of juice with a huge smile. That expression was unlike the gloomy one Mion had worn at the hospital. Next to me was a Mion I knew well. Earlier, we had a blast, vowing to conquer all the game consoles in the vicinity, and made quite the ruckus, without caring about the people watching. That's how you live life! Mion was enjoying herself playing on consoles she wasn't used to, and I had gone on a rampage. Can we please just not have any rampages for a while? Laughing out loud, getting worked up and challenging me to matches. Although I couldn't help thinking about what ifs as I was playing with her. About how much fun it would have been if only it weren't just the two of us, but also Rena, Satoko, and Rika-chan as well. I'm sure Mion must have been thinking the same thing. Which was also why I outdid myself, making so much noise, trying to battle the loneliness. When I had realized...
なあ、ミオン。
何ケイちゃん。
With faint drops of sweat coating her forehead, Mion turned to face me with a broad smile. Mion's cheerfulness was most likely just her being considerate towards me for having brought her here. If that was so, then I needed to do the same for her.
お前、全部初めてって言ってたけど、それ本当か？初プレイで2台もハイスコアに名前入れるなんて、とんでもない実力だぜ。
4台の間違いだよケイちゃん。こういうのはセンスと勘、そして動体視力がものを言うのさ。普段の鍛錬を怠らなかった成果だよ。むしろケイちゃんはアドバンテージをひっくり返されたことを恥と思うべきだね。
おいおい、ちょっと待てよ。エアホッケーの時とか、あれ何？なんて後ろを指さして顔を向けた瞬間打ち込んできたのは反則だろ？
No, you're definitely acting like the Mion we know. Cheating when the going gets tough.
まったく、容赦。
勝てば官軍、負ければ賊軍だよ。
For the first time, it's alright if her well-being is a front. All I hope for is that someday this becomes real, and she recovers her old cheerful self.
いやいや、それにしてもゲーセンも雰囲気が変わったよな。少し前ならタバコ臭くて暗いイメージだったけど、家族連れで遊びに来る人も結構いたからちょっと驚いたぜ。
そうだね。やっぱたまにはこういうのも楽しいよね。あ、今何時ぐらい
？5時くらいかな。
ああ、じゃあ夕食まであと少しだね。どこかで食べて帰る？
そうだな。ファーストフードでハンバーガーなんてどうだ？
おお、いいね。あ、その前にちょっと失礼。
Mion said that and stood up from the bench. I found it odd for a minute, but then I understood her intention and...
店にもトイレはあるぞ。
Instead of a reply, I had empty cans thrown at me. Mion stuck her tongue out at me and left in a hurry. And after I watched her retreating figure, I plopped back down the bench and looked up at the sky. The sky was pure blue and crystal clear, and it felt amazing. Everything seemed to be glowing, bathed in the brilliant summer sun. It was a good thing we came here. Mion also seemed to show signs of recovery.
そうだな。なんなら今度はいっそ東京にでも誘ってみるか。
It would be cheaper if she stayed at our new place there. But I feel like our parents may be concerned for a while. We still need some more time to go back to how it was.
そうなると泊まる場所も探しておかないとな。あとは。
Why, hello there.
ああ、こんにちは。
What's going on? Are you hallucinating?
いやー、ごめんケイちゃん。トイレ人いっぱいでさ。
I'm feeling worried. What's going on?
あ、結構待たせちゃったみたいだから飲み物買ってきた。どっちがいい？あれ、ケイちゃん寝ちゃったの？
Respond, please. You're making me worried.
もうしょうがないな。女の子とのデート中に居眠りなんてエチケット違反だよ。ケイちゃん、もういつまで寝てるんだよ。ほら起きて。ケイちゃん。
Oh. What? What killed you? Is it that curse or this bug or whatever it is? What the hell? What?
はっ。
What? Bad end? A fucking bad end? That choice... What? That choice? During all that? That actually... You son of a bitch! That wasn't just a cheap gimmick after all! It was a long executed ploy! You know what? I think I'm going to just go ahead and cut things off here. I think this whole thing's been going on well enough. It's getting late for me, and well, yeah, it's just getting late. So I'm just gonna save what I'm going to assume will be our actual finale for Chapter 5 for the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this latest episode of Higurashi When They Cry Chapter 5. If you did and you want to see more content from me, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I will see you all next time. Take care.